Sleepers Podcast. It is Monday, September 22nd. The return, the awaited return of none other than that boy D Hill. Dion is in the building. Before I throw it to you, Dion, first of all, it's great to see you, my friend. Second of all, our loyal audience that listens daily in the Discord was getting worried about you. Did you see the messages that were concerned for your well-being?
I did. Every time I'm not on the channel for like a week, everybody, and I don't know that this is a good thing. Like people think something drastic happened to me, and I haven't decided if that's like a good thing or not because like people feel like Riley's safe. You know, like Riley could take 2 weeks off. He's just with his kid. Dion's gone for like a week or two. Like I might be anyway.
You could interpret it as they really like you and miss you and just like, I need my Dion fix. You also, you're right. You could interpret it as like when Riley disappears for 3 weeks, oh, he's just with his family being a good dad. When Dion's gone for 3 weeks, like, did he die? Like what exactly happened? But no, just so everyone knows, Dion's here. Dion has not gone anywhere. We make a schedule basically a month at a time right now. That's how we're running this. And we open it up to Riley and Dion first to be able to claim whatever they want that Carter and I don't take, and then to the rest of our team, Tanner and Hammer and J Man. And usually everything's kind of claimed. You take more than anybody that's not Carter and I typically, but for whatever reason, this month, I think with Cart's travel, and I got some off days next week, it just worked out that Cart and I took like a lot back to back to back to back for the first time in a while. So just meant that the rest of our rotation was waiting for their turn. Dion's going to be on the next 3 days, though, for shorts and everything. He did Friday shorts, and Monday and Tuesday of this week, he will also be doing the shorts with me. And then I'm gone at the back half of this week. Cart's back in with some of our new faces getting involved. Tanner and Hammer both have a day with Cart. So certainly nothing will go wrong working new people into our channel with Carter without me. I'm sure everything will go great. I'm sure Carter won't have any internet issues that he doesn't tell me about. I'm sure Carter will come up with great topics and do them all and not just do like 6 of them and then get out and act like he doesn't know why the numbers are down. Everything will be great, I'm sure, right, Dion?
Were you not aware of so the last time I recorded was with Cart, actually. I think it was like maybe like a week or two ago. You weren't aware that he didn't have internet and we tried to do it through his hotspot?
Oh, I was aware. I checked in with Carter that afternoon because I was driving home from my 3-day anniversary trip with my wife. And when I go on a trip, like with stuff like this, I don't mind still being involved and helping come up with topics and stuff like that. But, anniversary trip, I'm like trying to be a good husband. So I had talked to Jacob, producer, before this, and it was just like, hey, you think like for the first time ever, could I be off topic duty? Like y'all just handle it? And he was like, yeah, we got you. So I really did step aside other than like maybe just check and see how the numbers are doing. I kind of stayed out of it. The problem is I would check how the numbers were doing and the numbers just fell off a cliff increasingly. We went from like pretty good on Wednesday to like, oh damn, this is our worst day in a month on Thursday to like, oh my God, no one's watching the channel on Friday. So I was just like, whatever. I'll figure this out when I get home. Then Jacob texts me and goes, did Carter tell you about it yet? And when I get that text, I'm just like, great. So I called JK and was like, what went down? And he was like, oh, well, it's like 11:45. I haven't gotten anything yet. These guys haven't done anything. Carter doesn't have internet. So then I texted Carter and was just like, how's it going? And all he sent back was, good. We got this. You guys went on to post like 5 shorts that day. It was the worst day in 3 calendar years, and Cart never addressed it to me.
It was it was so funny recording with him because I kept going, Cart, like, maybe we can just ask JK, your internet comes back in an hour. Like we could do shorts a little later, then we can come back Sunday night, do the full episode. That way everything gets done. He just kept going like, nah, we'll be okay. I got the hotspot. I'm like, Cart, like, I was like, do you even know if you could export these videos on your hotspot? And he's like, we're about to find out. I'm like, okay, we're about to find out.
Hey, you guys battled. Adversity happens. You battled, and I appreciate the efforts. I really do. But yeah, Cart's He's like a star player that you just kind of got to let him do him and deal with the extra stuff. Like he's kind of our Tyreek Hill. Like he's gonna throw his hands up every now and then, but like let the dude find the end zone and backflip.
Uh, Cart doing a cartwheel into a pack flip would be scenes, by the way,
Yeah, better husband than Tyreek Hill too. I didn't mean to make that comparison, but
and father.
yeah. So, anyways, maybe good that Cart and I have like 10 days off from each other, but don't worry. Lots of Dion this week. Riley and Cart one day this week. Tanner Hammer getting involved this week as well. J Man's doing some of our state of the program stuff. We recorded the Duke state of the program already, so I'm looking forward to that dropping. Good time to be a fan of Sleepers Media and a follower and all that. Join the Discord as well. Our store went great. We sold 67 items or 67 orders from our store, and we got a nice little check from that that's going to be split up amongst our team. So thank you to everybody who purchased something from the store. Our merch is down now for a couple months, but I think we're going to come up with a couple special designs and launch it again leading into the season, maybe the first couple weeks of November. So stay tuned. We'll let everybody know when there's something new you could possibly get your hands on. If you missed merch this time, there will be another chance in a couple of months. Without further ado, we have a special episode for you today. We're not going to do kind of the typical topics, not typical college basketball talk necessarily. We're going to do another mailbag episode because it seems like that was well received. We let our Discord vote on this, and Discord members asked, they wanted consensus was a mailbag episode for Monday. So we're going to do three topics though. Topic one will be another voice note mailbag. Everybody got to submit one voice note. We don't know what it is. You and I will react to it. Topic two, you and I are going to do a draft of places to watch a big game. I'm looking forward to that. And then topic three, we're going to mailbag each other. No questions are off limits. We're just going to mailbag each other until this ends. So should be a fun episode. Do you have a YouTube comment for us today?
I do. It's from Maxwell Welch. The last segment inspired this. There's not a team in the NBA whose best player is from the Big Ten. Is that true?
Oh,
I think it is. It feels crazy though.
we're saying Ja's the best player on Memphis.
Oh, because Jaren. I think that would probably be the two closest, right?
There's got to at least be a debate on that.
You know what the other debate could be? LaMelo and Redacted.
LaMelo clears there, I think,
LaMelo clears.
especially given that he misses time due to redacted things. That would be the argument for Jaren on the inverse is like you never know if Ja's even available. And Jaren's been pretty much an all-star caliber player, I would say. But yeah, outside of that, that's probably fair. It's weird. The Big Ten has produced a lot of talent, but yeah, not like NBA All-Stars. Draymond, but Draymond was never the best player.
Never. OG's definitely not the best player on the Knicks, but he's really good.
Very good. Yeah, probably true. Got no response for that.
Cool. Where did Kawhi go to school? San Diego State?
Yes.
Ah, I don't know why I thought he went to a Big Ten school. Shout out to him, by the way. Talk about an absolute crazy person.
Yeah, absolutely true. Also, just give Keegan Murray like 3 more years. We're on track.
To be honest, Keegan probably has an argument, right? Like, who's actually better than him on the Kings? Like, for certain, better than him.
Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, whatever. Yeah, I think I was
Oh,
courtside
DeMar
watching.
and Levine.
Uh,
UCLA, USC.
that would be the answer, but are we claiming those guys?
Probably shouldn't, but hypothetically, I guess the
Yeah.
Kings just, by the way, probably not the best look for the Big Ten that the Kings just have all the good Big Ten players.
Yeah, I was courtside 3 years ago watching Keegan Murray saying he's Carmelo Anthony 2.0, and we're on track, folks. Just give it 6 more years. We're gonna get there. Okay, let's get to our Discord. Discord comments. Join the Discord. We did all of these yesterday. I'm trying to figure out where we left off. We did the big Malik run on Riley Friday. He called people 9 to 5 guys. War Chant was talking the Illinois line. I think we begin today with Guess what? Monday flurry. So drink your coffee and get ready. This is from Malik. Of course it is. Sleepers clothes look fire. Too bad I'm broke. Couldn't get any. Will hopefully next time. Which gear do each of you recommend?
I'm working on getting my hands on a Q-Zip. I was on the website yesterday. The phone cases looked really cool too.
Yeah, they have like cornhole boards on the
Yeah.
thing as well. It's weird because the manufacturer that provides us the golf polos and quarter zips is the manufacturer that makes the store, and it's all the same production shop gear, all of it. But for whatever reason, there were no polos and no quarter zips on the store. I thought they were just inherently in there when we launched the store. They weren't. So I think we'll try when we repost this stuff in December. I'm hoping we can get those two products added, and I also want to design some special designs as well. I got some ideas. Moving on, Malik. It really is a true Malik flurry. I think we got like seven straight from Malik here. That's right. Crawford is the boxing goat. People was really not believing he could stand toe to toe. Now we have to wait for another good fight. Boxing needs some new blood. Is Crawford pound for pound the goat?
That was the best boxing performance I've ever watched. I'm not going to pretend I got to watch like Muhammad Ali, Tyson, Lennox Lewis, any of them. Um, I think Crawford puts absolute pause on Floyd Mayweather if they got to fight.
Wow. I did not watch the fight. I don't watch any fights. I don't know who Crawford is. Czech police finally caught the Phantom driver. It's dude, what are we doing? What is Malik doing? This is a serious comment. Czech police finally caught the Phantom driver. It's been 6 years of him driving a Dallara GP2 '08. Let's be honest, this 51-year-old is living life and no one got hurt. Plus, seeing a Grand Prix car on the streets is cool. I see 2 wrecked cars a week on my drive to and from work. Let this international street legend be free. He's smoking supercars on the streets.
Didn't Riley get arrested in Czech Republic too?
Yeah, he spent one night in Czech jail. Yeah.
This would have been a great Riley Friday comment, just so Riley could speak on his experience.
Yeah, in Czech prison for sure. Do you know what Malik's talking about here? Why? I don't
No,
know what this is.
no idea. From the sounds of it, it sounds like some dude stole like a F1 car and has just been driving it on the streets.
Does
And I don't know
Mal-
how it takes 6 years to find that guy. It feels really easy.
does Malik assume that we all just know that? Is this like household item news for everyone? There's Malik, there's a few other things going on in the world right now than this. Like I haven't heard about this.
I'm not surprised Malik knows. Malik gave me a little background into him. He told me I can't dox him, but Malik did give me a little background into him. It's very unsurprising he knows this.
Okay. Well, I love you, Malik. I do. Maybe I shouldn't even say this because I don't want to speak it into existence, but I have a feeling I know how this ends with Malik. One day, Malik is just going to disappear from our Discord. And like, there no goodbye, nothing. But like, we're going to all realize it like 3 weeks later. Like, we haven't had a Malik Flurry in a while. Where is he? And he's just never going to comment again. And we're not going to know what happened, you know?
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, I feel like that is true, and I'm a big Malik guy too.
Yeah, I hope it never happens. But he's such a wild card. More from Malik. I see Greg pulling that Trey Holloman string all the time, and Big Back Geek just takes it. Greg, don't your Trey and our Trey have a lot in common? Point guards, Big Ten champions, got game winners, left to play in the South. The biggest thing in common, both their coaches wouldn't let them play point guard. P.S. Raw dog that waffle. Excuse me. I would never raw dog a waffle. Syrup and butter, Malik. Second, yeah, I don't hate saying that Trey Holloman and Trey Donaldson are comparable in theory. I think the difference is Tom Izzo and Michigan State wanted Trey Holloman back and have even gone on record saying we did not expect to lose Trey Holloman. Dusty May came out abundantly clear and has gone on record and said we wanted to lose Trey Donaldson. We wanted something new. That's the difference.
Big Bad Geek is crazy.
Yeah, you just got to take it from Malik sometimes. Trey or your current point guard, Greg, which do you want? Because he went to Miami. Wow, I want my current point guard. And I don't think that's a crazy take. I'm not a Cano guy, but like, I think I was covering this accurately at the time, y'all. Trey Donaldson had clutch moments for Michigan. He was a huge part of why Michigan's team stagnated late in the season. Like he was not a playmaker. Danny Wolf had to be the point guard on the team because Trey Donaldson wasn't really capable of running the offense in the half court. It's a gamble, and I don't love Cadeau, but he is a top 10 passer assist rate wise in the sport. That's a fact. It's not an opinion. So when you bring a passer of that level in, that's a point guard that is nothing like Trey Donaldson. It makes sense for Michigan to do that, even if you appreciate the good moments from Donaldson. And I'm not a Cadeau guy, but it makes sense why they did what they did. War Chant says all 18 teams in the Big Ten tournament. Do you think that's a good thing? Yes, I love this.
Me too. I don't see why more basketball would ever be a bad thing.
Yep. War Chant says Friday, February 27th is going to be fire and champagne. See you guys there. Win or lose, drinks on Greg. If drinks are on me, drinks are on Cart and the sleepers card, expense that.
Can I come?
Yeah, you can come.
I'll be there.
Well, I think there's an open invite to you. Basically, you just got to buy flights and you can come to anything we do.
Are you guys going to the 27th game?
We should. This is the one game on the entire Big Ten schedule I would like to be. I want to be there to see what it's like for Merez and Champagne.
I'm in. I'm in. I have no. My only fear is like if Elliot Cadeau thinks I'm playing point guard for the other team and tackles me. But outside of that, I think it'd be a great experience.
But the thing is, I think if if I go to this game, so you know how you can make those like graphic tees that have a name and then like six pictures of somebody?
Yeah.
I think I would make a graphic tee that says mine. And then I would have a big center picture of Merez in a Michigan jersey, but then I would have around him a picture of Tom Ivisic, Andrei Stojakovic, Mihailo Petrovic, Kylan Boswell, and Benham Rickhouse, all also in Michigan jerseys. And I would show up to this game saying, "What's yours is mine. I will take all your players."
Sleeve did tell me if I come to Illinois, I can stay at his place. And like everything's on him.
Okay, so on that note, you're not allowed to come to Illinois with us. I don't want to go down that path at all. War Chant says mid-major top 25, who is too high and who is too low. This was the field of 68's mid-major top 25.
Um,
Do you want me to read teams?
nah, I got it pulled up. Charleston's too low at 8. I like Charleston a lot. Santa Barbara's too high.
I think Irvine's too high. They lost their coach. He was the Magic. I would just drop them. I don't think anybody here is too low. I think everybody else is pretty appropriate. War Chant says, I love Carter's attitude in terms of the schedule. Line them up. My wish is for the schedule to have to do more with my preference in terms of attending games, balancing with my job. Love the line them up energy in general. Also, first half Big Ten schedule for the Illini, super soft. Back end brutal. Not sure if that's good or bad. We talked about this. We did a video on the Big Ten schedule release. It seems that's every team's schedule. Very soft up front, very difficult at the end. The schedule makers did that by design. All the contenders play each other late, and it should make it very fun. Eric NJ Boiler has our final comment of the day. I have this tradition where if my wife is home on a Friday, that I do something special for her breakfast. She's a teacher, so it's just the summers and sick days like today. I don't think she's aware that I have this Friday breakfast tradition. What little things do you do for your wives that mean something to you that she might not be aware of? I got a question on this before we do this. So the tradition is making special breakfast for your wife, but you don't think she's aware of it?
Yeah, it's kind of rude, I'm gonna be honest.
I don't think it's rude, but I need it explained to me. Like if you're making a special breakfast for her and it's actually special, how is she not aware of it?
That's what I mean. I feel like the notion that he doesn't think she's aware of it is kind of crazy.
Like
She
is the
probably just hasn't said
special
anything.
is it just like a special chewy bar? Do you just like throw two granola bars at her and be like, "There you go, babe"? Like, because in that case, she probably doesn't know. But if you're like making pancakes and you don't normally do that 5 days a week, she's got to know, right?
Has to, especially if it's only the day she's home from work.
Yeah. Huh. Anyways, all right. What tradition do you have? What little things do you do for your wives that might mean something to you that she might not be aware of? You don't have a wife, but do you want to answer this question at all?
Don't have a wife, but in relationships, I'm always really good next day hangovers. I'm always really good about making sure like people are set up for next day hangovers. Like, because
Mm.
I can see everybody knows like when their girls get and vice versa, by the way, girls know when their dude's getting a little too drunk, and you can see it. Like I can see about like 11:15. I know we have another hour at the bar. I start prepping. DoorDash orders are being like set up for the morning. I make sure liquid IV is at the house, stuff like that. I'm very good about like next day hangovers.
Hangover preparation is a good one. This might be revealing. This might be a look in the mirror moment for me. I can't think of one. I'm just gonna be hand up, be honest for a second. I can't think of like a little thing that is like oh, I'm doing this for my wife that she's unaware of. I can't think of one.
Got to spin that for you.
Sure.
It's because it's not special. You just do it. You know what I mean? Like you don't need traditions when you're just that guy every single day.
That's a good spin zone. Also, I might just be a horrible husband. That might be the take on this. No, my wife and I, like, yeah, you know what? Now I'm going to put a much more dedicated effort to like doing cute things for my wife. So thanks, Eric NJ Boiler. But I would say like our relationship is a lot more comedic in nature. Like the things that are coming to mind for me that are like everyday parts of my relationship with my wife are like us making each other laugh more so than like doing an act of love toward each other. So it wouldn't work. It doesn't track. I can't hit you, but that's just how my wife and I are wired. We're a lot more focused on making each other laugh than like here's an act of service for love.
Speaking of making people laugh, newly deemed football player Tyron Stokes is taking an official visit to Oregon.
Wow, that's an act of love for
That
sure.
is, that is.
You know, I might not be able to go on with this episode until I think of something that I do for my wife. Probably the best one is probably just make dinner, like when I get on the Blackstone. But even that's been less lately. So
I feel like you've told me like a birthday, Valentine's Day tradition type of thing that you have.
I'm a good birthday gift giver, I think. Like I always usually come up with like good trip stuff. Like the Detroit anniversary trip we planned was pretty good. But yeah, this is a tough question too. Like on the spot, come up with like the little thing you do for your wife. I don't know. I gotta do more little things, I guess. You know what? Give me 20 minutes, Dion. I'll be back. Just kidding. Let's get to the program while I have an existential crisis about whether or not I'm a bad husband. We're going to do the voice note mailbag last as to maximize the amount of time that people could submit a voice note because you still could. We just pinged everybody in the Discord asking for final submissions. So, topic one today, it's the first of its kind, just a sleepers innocuous draft here. We're both going to draft four things, and it is going to be snake style. And I need an explanation from you as we go. The draft topic is this: places to watch a big game.
Do we want like specific places? Like, could I say like an Irish pub, or does it have to be like a specific Irish pub?
Rules are totally up for interpretation. If you want to get as specific as possible, you are welcome to. You do not have to. Irish pub is a perfectly acceptable answer. Um, I'm not going to reveal my strategy because I got a couple I want to make sure I get on my list. So, as always, the guest with me gets to decide, do you want the first pick or the second and third pick in the 4 round snake draft of places to watch a game?
I think I'm just gonna take the first pick. Um, because I think this one, like you and I are gonna be on different ends of the spectrum on, I think. So I think either pick, I think we're gonna get our spots.
Okay. Okay.
Sportsbook. Sportsbook.
That was my 1-1. That was my
Great food
1-1.
at sportsbooks, by the way. Chicken tenders, fries, hits every time. You could just depending on sportsbook, yeah, you can just hit the little button. Service comes to you. Let me get a double Bacardi Coke. Keep them coming. Love a good sportsbook.
That was my 1-1. I think it's the right 1-1, at least for you and I. And especially if you're trying to win the draft, like take it, make sure I don't get it. It was for sure coming off the board. Yeah, I don't know that there's many better feelings on earth than like being surrounded for us by other people who are also betting the games with like a waiter coming around every 15 minutes. What do you need? A bar right there. My favorite part is underrated about the sports book, but there's just massive TVs everywhere. If you go to the right one, like I want to see as many games in as grand of possible place. And I feel like a sports book is the number one place to do that at this point in time. So I think that's a great answer. I think you're forcing my hand here with my next two. You might raise a flag on this. You're allowed to raise a flag. You could throw a challenge here if you think. Um, I'm going to take sports bar.
Oh, I'm fine with that.
sports bar. It's different than a sports book. There's not the gambling element necessarily, but like you still got all of the same elements. Plenty of TVs, 20 different things. For me, I'm envisioning just like a Buffalo Wild Wings here, and we might have to discuss if that's still like an answer that's up for grabs. Do I need to specify more?
I think Buffalo Wild Wings is a restaurant,
Hmm.
but I think you still get what you're looking for with the sports bar answer, though. Like, I think both can be true.
I'm gonna keep my answer sports bar and keep it generic because I think that still encompasses like a dive sports bar too. As long as you got like six different TVs, six different games on. Like I imagine you're going to like if I go to a football game, I always make sure I'm hitting a sports bar as part of my tailgate earlier in the day. Get the first couple of rounds of drinks before you walk into the environment. So, all right, sports bar is my first pick. It's back to me for the second round. This might be a sucker pick. It might be a sucker pick, but I'm drafting the game places to watch the game. How can you replicate the game? Like I think there's a lot of different answers that kind of overlap here and might be on each other's toes. To me, the one singular thing you can't fight, it's not always the best place to watch it, but you want to be at that game. You want to tell that story 30 years from now that if something crazy happened, I was there and this is who I was with and this is what it felt like. You can't replicate a game day environment, especially at a football game, but man, even a Final Four, saying that you've been at the arena. Again, from a viewing perspective, I would argue it is not the answer. But how can you beat watching a big game? And that's part of the prompt, a big game at the game.
I agree. I think those are two phenomenal answers. My next one, I'm gonna allow you to throw a challenge flag on if you want, because I do think it very much so coincides with my first answer. But I was gonna say a casino. But most sports books are inside of a casino, so if you want to throw a challenge flag on that, I do
I'm
agree.
going to throw a challenge flag. I think a sports book and a casino is too similar.
I agree. I agree. I do love a good casino watch though, because when you're in between plays, you hit the blackjack table.
That's
Um,
very true. And that is a different experience than you would ever get just like sitting down at a sports book. But yeah, we're gonna flag that. I think it's two in line.
and to be honest, you can do both in the same place, right? Like there's sports books inside of casinos, and you can do both. So I agree
I
with that.
think your sports book answer basically counts as casino. Like I think you already got casino in the answer with sports book.
I think that's fair. I'm gonna go with number two is a wild one, golf course. I love what I love Sundays. I get a 6:15 tea time. I'm off the course between 10 and 10:30, and then I go into the restaurant area, grab me a water hazard, transfusion, get some food. They have every game on. It depends on the golf course. It has to be a golf course that has every game on. But I love a good Sunday round followed up by watching the morning games at a golf course.
Wow. Okay. That's gonna be a controversial pick.
It is.
Because if you're on a golf course, are you really watching the game?
Well, no, that's why I get the tea time to where I'm off the course by the time kickoff happens. It like
Okay.
if you're doing like an eight or like because like for me the game started at 10. So if someone texts me like, "Yo, do you want to play Morgan Creek at 8 or 9?" The answer is no. But if you get that 6:15 tea time, I'll be there because now we're off the course. Like maybe we miss kickoff first drive, but we're in the restaurant in enough time to watch pretty much every game.
Okay. All right. I can accept that answer. That's one I'm not overly familiar with, but I respect the answer. All right, it's back to you for third round here.
Man cave. Someone builds their own man cave. They have like your basement, for example. You have every TV. You know you could. I don't know if this counts into it, but like a nice backyard as well, to where like in between games you go outside. Maybe you chip around on a chipping green. Maybe you play a little cornhole. Maybe you fire up the Blackstone. But I would say a good home with a good man cave where you can watch every game.
So, okay. Man, see, you've taken two. I was never going to get to golf course, but sportsbook and man cave were two of my top four or five picks here. Um, I was going to phrase it a little differently with man cave. I was just going to call it a basement, like just being like underground. in like a shitty basement, whether or not it looks cool, but you got like a couple of TVs with the boys at home. You're not paying for drinks, right? You just go upstairs and there's got to be a mini bar or a fridge somewhere. That's a great move. So I'm gonna not allow myself to take basement because I think that falls into the man cave category, but I applaud that pick. I think that's great value in the third round. I think you've made it easy for me here. My third pick is going to be the tailgate. The tailgate. Now, if you do the tailgate correctly, you are still feeling like you're getting the big game environment. You still are with the fans, you're with the students, you're in the mix. However, you're pulling up 4 or 5 hours early. Maybe it's a 3:30 game. You're there at 11. You get an hour of drinks. You got jello shots. You got wings. Somebody's bringing food. There's bags of chips. You get your spot. Like you'll set up all the little chairs and you make sure you're at the tailgate with a couple TVs. If you get there, there's not many better spots. Like I went to Michigan State at Ohio State last year, I want to say, and was just posted up watching the Auburn game for like 3 hours at a tailgate while shotgunning some beers in and out, feeling like I'm fitted in the Michigan State jersey, getting the football day experience. I love watching games at a tailgate.
I love that pick. I've only been to like two tailgates, to be honest, in my life. I'm not a good tailgate guy because, and G, you know this about me. I just won't go to games.
Sure. Yeah.
If the tailgate seems more fun and like there's a group of people that are barbecuing, they're like, yeah, we're not going in. Neither am I. Neither am
Yeah.
I.
Sure. I hear that. It is a controversial one. It's also a Midwestern thing, I think. I mean, there's tailgates down south too, but like it's big time culture. Tailgate culture in the Midwest is like you got to get there. It's almost as exciting as the game to me. So to be able to watch other games at a tailgate before going to a game is great. My last pick is going to be controversial, maybe as controversial or more so than the golf course pick. I'm going for it though. On a plane.
Yeah.
On a plane. Now you're stuck on a plane and you're like, what am I gonna do? Am I reading? Am I gonna try and take a nap? Should I fire up a show that I've seen for the 13th time? No. Oh, coincidentally, my flight today just so happens to be at noon on a Saturday. And oh, by the way, Georgia Tech is playing Florida State right now, and I got a bet in before boarding the plane. It makes the flight go so easy. I mean, you're sitting there, you do have someone coming around with snacks and a drink for you. It elevates the flight experience 100 times more than it would. Is it ideal? No, of course you'd rather be somewhere else, but I think the excitement, the thrill of having a game to watch on a plane is a top 4 watching experience for me.
I completely agree. I'm not going to pick it because I think it's too similar, but one of my favorite times to watch a game is airport layovers too.
Great one. Yeah.
I think
Great.
it's the same idea. Like if you're traveling across the country and you have a 3 hour layover in Dallas and you look up and like Texas A&M's on or something like that, that's a great way to spend the time in between. My final pick though, this one is going to like only count towards a certain types of games. But me personally, this is my favorite time to watch a game during work.
Yeah.
During you get to the office the week of the Masters and you're like, yo, I get to watch golf the whole day. I'm at work.
Yeah.
There's no better feeling.
How
No
do you
better.
do it at the office though? Because some people have to sneak it. Like back when I was in corporate America, I would always shut the door. But if you shut the door for too long, people come knocking, like, "What are you doing in there?" So what's the move to make sure you're actually watching it at work?
So I do multiple screen setups and then I do laptop underneath. People can't always see my laptop showing the game. I got like spreadsheets and stuff above me that I've been looking at for like 48 hours.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, I used to be a big like have it up in Chrome on one monitor, but have the window ready to bring up over it full screen. So like at a click of a button. Oh, I wasn't watching that. Oh, duh. I had quick fingers back in the day with that. That's a good pick though. All right, so in summary, you got sports book, golf course, man cave, and work. I got sports bar, the game, tailgate, and on a plane. I think that's pretty great draft. All said and done here. Who do you think won?
I think your airplane one took the cake because there's no better feeling than having a really long flight and there's a big game on.
I think the big two here is sportsbook and man cave. I mean, you got sportsbook and man cave. That might be 1-1 and 1-2 on the board, honestly. I felt obligated to get the sports bar if you were going to get the sports book, and then I was worried you would get the game. honestly. So I kind of some mental manipulation. The question for me is was golf course the play? Because I still have questions about golf course, but let us know, people, listeners. You got to let us know who won the draft, Dion or me, on where to watch a big game. Time to do our own selfish mini mailbag. We're going to take questions from our Discord for the third topic today. But for the second topic today, we're going to ask each other whatever questions we want. This will be a fun topic when Cart's back because I'm sure he'll put zero effort into it and probably cross a couple boundaries. But for today, I gave you no direction whatsoever, Dion. You can ask me three questions, whatever you want. I'll ask you three questions, whatever I want. We can go back and forth. Do you want to ask first or ask second?
I'll go first. Mine are pretty, I would say like tame. I feel like Cart's gonna be like way more like over the top with it.
Sure.
What do you think you're doing in 5 years?
Ooh. Wow. Ooh. I think I'm doing this, but on a slightly grander scale.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's this, but like we have a more formal relationship with Bleacher Report or someone else that is kind of at least 50% our employer beyond what we're doing independently.
Okay, I love that answer. I love
Yeah.
that answer.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. For you, if you could play an 18-hole round of golf with one human being on Earth, who is it?
Can you count towards this?
Yeah, but that's a crazy answer. So say
Yeah,
no for that.
that's fair. It was gonna be you or Steph, so I'm gonna go with Steph Curry. Simple. Like I just like actually no. Well, I think Steph is like the one person. I'm not like a huge like fan of people guy for one, but like I think he's like the one person I'm a fan of. I would want to meet. I love Draymond. I would run through a wall for Draymond if he told me to. I also don't really want to meet him. Like I don't think I would end up enjoying the Draymond experience. I don't think Draymond would enjoy the Dion experience either, for what it's worth. But I feel like Steph is such a good guy that like I don't think there's any fear of like the never meet your heroes thing with him.
Yeah, I think I'd just be in awe of Steph. That would be my only fear. Like, I might want to pick someone that I would be less like mystified by. I think I'd be like off my pivot so much. But for you as a Warriors fan, I think that's a great answer.
Yeah, him helping me with my swing would be sick, by the way. Like I've played around, I haven't played around, but Kent Bazemore played behind me one day, because he lives by me. Like we play the same course all the time. And Kent like gave me like a swing tip, and respectfully to Kent, like he's no Steph. But like boy, did it change things for me.
Friend of the program, Terrence James, one of our boys. You got to meet him someday. TJ. He works at Under Armour, and Steph was just at Under Armour last week. So TJ was sending us a bunch of like pictures and videos because Steph was like hooping against Under Armour employees as like part of his day at Under Armour. And apparently, in the middle of this, he was like 5 feet away from him. Steph came up and just like dapped our boy TJ and talked to him for like 2 minutes. Sick.
Steph's such a psycho when it comes to hooping. Like he played at like the local gym that I go to, and my boys are like, "Yo, you should go play against Steph," and I just responded, "No,
Yeah, no, thank you.
no,
All right,
thank you."
question two.
Um, Question two. If you could choose between Murph getting a 4.0 and you being a scratch golfer, what would you choose?
Damn, man.
Keep in
Scratch
mind,
golfer.
keep in
Easy.
mind, she could get a 3.9 and just be just fine.
Easy. Scratch golfer. This is why. I have faith in my daughter to get the 4.0 on her own. I will never be a scratch golfer. Never be a scratch. But that girl is smart. Like early returns are that girl is smart. She's got like a photographic memory. We'll say something once or read her a book once and she knows the whole book the second time she sees it. So I think she's going to be smart. Will she work hard? I got to work on that because I didn't work hard. Her mom worked hard, but if we can instill that, she can 4.0 on her own. I'll never be under a 10 handicap, so that'd be huge for me.
Oh, you're not. I feel like you're already really close to under a 10.
Like a 12 right now, but it's going the wrong direction. It's bad. It's
That's
bad.
fair. That's kind of how golf goes, unfortunately.
Yeah. Also, like that would being a scratch would imply I fixed my swing because like the ceiling of my swing is like a 9 handicap. I did so many things fundamentally wrong. So if I was a scratch, that would mean like I figured it out and it was just every shot was good. So yeah, that'd be my answer. Okay. You gave me a kind of serious one to start. I want to come back to that now. If you could go back to any moment in your life, one moment, and do something differently, what would the moment be and what would it be?
Honest answer here, I would never play sports growing up. That's my
Whoa.
that's my honest answer. I think I learned a lot from sports that matured me in a manner that I think I'm very, very proud of. I also know this for a fact, and it's, if I'm lucky enough to have like kids that play sports, it's something I would instill in them too. I know this for a fact. I did not try in school because I was playing sports. And I think if I could go back to one moment in my life that would change the trajectory of what I've done, I would focus on school instead of athletics. Maybe you could do both, maybe you can't. I'm not like a huge, like, I'm all in on stuff. So if I'm all in on something, I'm not all in on the next. And also, the hangover I had like my first 3 years of college from not playing basketball anymore ruined me. I gained
Yeah.
70 pounds of weight. I had like a 2.2 GPA. And eventually I fell into a deep depression because the one thing I loved was gone. And I think finding things as a kid that you love beyond something that has an expiration date, I do think is important.
Yeah. Okay. That's a very nuanced answer. I love it. All right. Final question.
Final question. It's similar to what you asked me. If you could go to one sporting event, similar to the golf question, if you could go to one sporting event in your lifetime, what would you go to?
My answer before getting into this for work would have been Final Fours. Like that is still that I don't think there will ever be anything I go to that I think is cooler than just being at the Final Four. So it's kind of a hard answer for me. Honestly, I think this is situational. It might not be an acceptable answer. A Lions Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like I don't intend to ever go to the Super Bowl ever, but I am on record with my sister-in-law that if the Lions ever make it, we're buying tickets no matter the price. Like we have a blood oath on that. I had them pulled up when we were playing y'all 2 years ago, and thank you, Josh Reynolds, ridiculous. But that's got to be the answer. I thought about like the Masters or something. I think I'd like being at the Masters in a golf tournament, obviously, but it wouldn't, I don't know, wouldn't like scratch the itch of like a high stakes thing for me. I want to be in like this is life or death. I love moments like that, and Super Bowl is probably the peak of that.
Super Bowl would be sick. One of my biggest regrets is not going to one of the Niners Super Bowls so far. It is at the crib this year though, so like probably gonna be there.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. I'm trying to think. I have a couple different ones I'm debating between what answer I want. Would you rather be 6'8", but your family has cut you off? Or would you rather be yourself with no changes? But
I live
also,
the
you're
same,
6'8" from like 10 years old on.
so like I live the same exact life I've lived.
Well, I think there would have
Like,
been like if 10-year-old you was 6'8" playing
yeah,
basketball the way you were playing basketball, like it would have completely changed the trajectory of all things. But
yeah.
yeah, like I'm talking Aaron Rodgers level, like your family's done public appearances being like, yeah, we don't see him.
Um, I think I'm thinking right now, like, yo, if I was 6'8", dog, like I'm probably still playing. It's like me, Bron, Steph, Giannis. Like that's the big four in the NBA in my head.
Could be. You could do a lot of good with that. You could.
I could. I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna stick with who I am because I already feel like I'm him. You know what I mean? Like I'm already Timothy. And I don't think too many people are rocking with what I bring to the table already.
Yeah, love that answer. I endorse that message fully. That was fun. Okay. I hope we do this every Monday
Oh,
now.
wait, I should say I also don't want my family to cut me off. I made that all about me.
Made that entirely about you, not even about the family. Monday mailbag time. We have 15 voice note submissions from the lovely members of our Discord. We start today with Mutant Matt.
Good morning, guys. So this question is for Greg. at your old house, you had that wall of jerseys behind where you would record, and I always thought that was really cool how you would get your favorite college basketball players and just make a wall of jerseys. That's really cool. So I guess my question is, what current NCAA basketball players are going to make the wall in the future?
Mm.
What are going to be your future jersey purchases?
Phenomenal question. Great question. All by the way, all those jerseys and more than were displayed at my old house are now just behind the camera in a closet in my office. So I still see them every day. They motivate me. I love them. Braden Smith is the obvious one. I need a Braden Smith Purdue jersey, ideally like a stitched Braden Smith. I might try and beg for like a game worn Braden jersey somehow at some point. But that's the only obvious one. I'm trying to think if there's anyone not obvious that would crack it for me right now. We're kind of in a transitional period in the sport, I feel like, you know?
I would love a Braden Smith jersey and a
Yeah.
home.
I think Braden's the only one for me right now. There's a world where someone on this Michigan team gets in there. I think Merez would be the obvious one because I've been a Merez guy since high school and that whole storyline would appeal, but it might just be Braden right now. Great question, though, Mutant Matt. Thank you for that. Hyena Scar.
Morning, gentlemen. Hi, Ron. Famous quote where he said if he had to pick one player to win the game, he would choose Michael Jordan. And if he had to pick one player to save his life, it'd be Larry Bird. If you use this same context in college, who would it be? And if you did this over the last 5 years, would it be someone completely different for both roles? Thanks, guys.
Okay, that's fun. If you had to pick one player to hit a game winner, who would it be? If you had to pick one player to save your life, who would it be in college?
Save My Life is Braden. Hit a game winner. That one's tough. I think I'm gonna go Michael Brown Jr.
Think
I know
that's a
that
good
that's
answer.
an off answer, but I just feel like his confidence, like I don't think he'd have any fear in the moment.
I might go Owe to hit a game winner, as crazy as that sounds. He had some clutch genes with Kentucky. And yeah, Braden saved my life for sure. If we were going back 5 years, hit a game winner for me, Walter Clayton. I mean, how do you not pick Clayton given the clutch stuff in March?
Yeah.
Um, save you might still be Braden. A lot of Braden Smith love early today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably the answer. Okay, Purdue Fox is up next.
Hey guys, thanks for doing this again. I needed some redemption. I was very unhappy with the way my voice sounded in the last one. I was catching a little bit of cold, sounded way too nasally for my own good, and just needed some redemption, so I appreciate it. Now, that begs the next question is, I know that you guys watch film, you dissect film, but do you guys dissect film from your pods? And if you do, is it to each other?
I did the bad thing. If I don't like keep my thumb on it, it times out. I think we got the gist of his question though. Sorry, Purdue Fox.
Does Dion give Greg advice? Greg give Dion advice? And is it more about just the delivery of the pod, or does it go as far as like, dang, my fit was awful today, or dang, my fit was good today, I need to do that again? Thanks.
Incredible question, Purdue Fox. I love your voice too, also. Don't disrespect yourself. Dion, I know, does this.
I definitely well, I watch everything that I'm on. I read all the comments. The comments I don't like pay the most attention to. I mostly like read the comments to have fun with people in the comment section following. But I definitely watch all the videos to see like the growth of myself. Also like for the fit perspective to see how I sound, camera, everything.
Yeah, you were doing that before you were heavily involved, even. Like you just, I don't know, you were kind of always you took that approach, which I think is cool. I am in the middle between you and Carter doesn't watch anything he does. That shouldn't surprise anyone. He's talked about that. He has never watched anything again after we click end recording ever. I'm in the middle. I don't do it every day. In fact, I've tried intentionally to do it less because I used to do it a lot and let certain things get to me or over obsess about being perfect. I think I have a good balance with it now, but I will, separate. Like if I go to the gym a couple hours after we record in the afternoon, I'll listen to some of the shorts that have gone up, and partially just because I enjoy listening to them back, partially to learn how to do it better. But I think you do it more than I do, probably. The advice or the things of that nature, I've never told anyone on our channel anything serious, like, hey, do this better. Um, there's been like kind of generalities where I might send a text to a whole group chat. It's like, hey guys, let's take a more positive approach with this because the only time there's ever been like serious learnings from film, it's like sometimes we just get negative and it feels like for the sake of being negative. So I don't know if that's a good answer or not, but you're the film watcher of our team for sure.
I mean, I take the approach like the same way when I played sports. Like you play a game, you watch film from it, and that's my approach. I'd say the only advice like I've really received from you guys is just like if a video is too short.
That's true. Yeah, there has been times, and JK honestly is good about leading that, but
Mm.
yeah, there's a sweet spot for duration. We want like 10 to 15 minutes usually. And yeah, sometimes we've submitted like 5 minute long shorts, and it's like this isn't good for the algorithm at all. But anyways, good question. UConn is next.
Hey guys, I finally get to talk to Greg, and my question is not even about UConn or Tarish Reed. It's actually about Michigan. Greg, do you have any concerns that Yaxel could turn into this year's Aiden Mahaney?
Oh, yeah, good call back there. I thought Aiden Mahaney was going to be incredible. That's because I believed in Dan Hurley, by the way. Um, no, I don't. Yaxel's a different physical specimen. Aiden's issues were all physical, in my opinion. What is he like 6'2" and scrawny? And I underestimated what that would be going to the Big East. Yaxel is built like a Greek god. I don't know if he's going to be incredible or not. I don't think Yaxel's the Big Ten Player of the Year. I don't think he's the second best player in the country, like Evan Mia's database says he is. But at minimum, he's an NBA player's body, and Dusty May should be able to work with that. You agree?
Yeah, I agree. I also just want to say I love UConn 99.
I love UConn 99 too, a very valued member of our community. Augie is up next.
Hey, Greg. Hey, Dion. So, my question today is what five college basketball players would you want to see play college football and vice versa? Which five college football players would you want to see play college basketball? And you can't say Ian Shefflin.
Can't say Shefflin. The obvious one's Cohen Carr. We both want Cohen Carr playing football, but who else?
Cohen Carr. I think AJ DeBanza, if he could take a hit, would be really good at football. He's a freak athlete, 6'8" wide receiver. Braden as a quarterback. I watched the video you and Cart did with like all the like creating football teams out of like the basketball teams. Greatest passer of all time. I wouldn't mind watching him play quarterback.
I'm going to go a different route and surprise people. I'd love to see Fletcher Lawyer play football. I'd love to see what it looks like. That would just be incredible. I'd also love to see the Avicich brothers play football. What do they do? Do they have any idea what football even is? Do they like run the wrong direction? Football players playing basketball. Football is hard to project other sports that are skill based to me because we don't know who can like dribble or shoot, you know?
I think quarterbacks are like the only ones that I think are transferable. Like if you like hand-eye coordination, right? Like the JKS from Cal, I'm sure he can probably shoot a basketball, hit a golf ball.
Out of curiosity, I'd like to see Altmaier. Like, let's throw him in like a pickup run with Luke Goody. What happens? I bet he can play a little bit. I will say that just personal conjecture here. People know this. I'm friends with the former Western Michigan quarterback. The year they were really good under PJ Fleck, Zach Terrell, good buddy of mine, and he was a huge basketball player too. Like he played AAU with like Glenn Robinson the third and Raphael Davis and all these dudes. So I don't know. There are a lot of like football players that are better at hoops than you think. I just have no idea who they would be.
I mean, yeah, I can't think of any. Nick Marsh, maybe?
Maybe just like Jeremiah Smith and Ryan Williams.
Yeah, I'm sure Jeremiah Smith is a problem on the basketball court. Like
You
worst
think
case scenario, he's just dunking on you.
you think Arch can hoop?
I don't think Arch can play football.
Let's put Arch then. Honestly, swap Arch Manning and Fletcher Lawyer, and let's see what happens. That'd be fun. War Chant is up next, and this is an M4A file entitled "Time to Go to War."
It's time for the big game. Unlike our opponent, we believe it's a big game. So let's crank up the war chant and let's go get those Hoosiers.
I agree. Illinois money line. Is he still going?
I don't think he can hear. War Chant then played, I think he recorded a bunch of music that was literally like beating drums and then trumpets coming. War Chant music doesn't pick up from my phone to the microphone. That's why we stopped it. Sorry. Illinois fans are ready. We're standing in alignment with War Chant today.
Money line. Illinois money line.
This comes out on
Trophy
Monday,
line.
though, so we might look really, really stupid. We'll find out. Smiley is up next.
Tempted to pick up Aaron Rodgers fantasy football. Currently have Kyler Murray and Brock Purdy. What do you think?
Wow, a little fantasy football for us, Dion. You think so?
Asking if he should pick up Aaron Rodgers because he has Kyler Murray and Brock Purdy.
Correct.
Nah, you're good with Kyler.
Yeah, Kyler's better. If you need a backup, though, would you take Rodgers over Purdy?
I mean Purdy's hurt right now, so if you need a backup, I'd say pick up Rodgers just until Purdy gets healthy.
I would stream Rodgers if possible. I don't love that quarterback room, but yeah, Kyler's better. Okay, Isaiah from NYC.
What's up, Greg? What's up, Dion? It's your boy, Isaiah from NYC. Just here to give you a brief message to shout out y'all for all the hard work that y'all been doing. Not only y'all two, but the whole Sweepers media for all the work y'all have been doing for the past couple of years. I remember listening to y'all while I was working at Amazon delivering packages. But this one message I got is for G Wiz. What's your problem with St. John's, my guy? We're going to humble you on the 25th. And don't forget, we're going to be in Indiana for the Final Four. Mark my word.
I love it, man. I love it, Isaiah. Welcome back to the Discord, by the way. I know you were out for a little bit. It's great to see you back. You are a valued member of this community, as is everybody that's in here spitting voice notes. But I love this exercise. I love to get to know who these people are behind the scenes, even if we don't know them personally. And Isaiah is just a funny dude. Big East fan, St. John's fan through and through. Listen, I think you're good, Isaiah. I told you this. I don't have a problem with St. John's. I don't. I think you're good. I think you're a top 10 team. I just don't think you're going to make a Final Four. And if that means you think I got a problem, then let's have a problem. Let's dance. I'm excited to see our two teams play for sure. Rick Pitino is very good, but I'm going to continue doubting the Big East until you give me reason. Don't forget, Isaiah, I'm 1-0 against you because y'all went turtle mode in the NCAA tournament last year, and we'll see what happens this year. Your Serbian Boilers up next.
Hey, good morning. I have a three-parter, so feel free to cut this off whenever you'd like, just in case you want to fill time or whatever. I can always just add these into the comments later. But first one, do you think we'll look back at this offseason when Painter's done coaching as like his most pivotal offseason from his tenure? Like, even if he gets better players down the line, I think this might be the most important for establishing himself within the new landscape of the portal era. Number two, do you think it's more likely that PJ stays on the staff until Paint leaves and then takes over the Purdue job, head coaching job, or do you think that he leaves for somewhere else before then? What's more likely? And then finally, relatively speaking, do you think Clough will have a bigger impact on the team this year with his rebounding ability, or do you think he'll end up having a bigger impact on Jacobson's rebounding development in the time that they spend together battling in practice? Thanks.
I think he'll have a bigger impact this year. Respectfully, if Jacobson gets a lot better at rebounding, I'm not going to attribute much of that to Clough in just 1 year of working together. It's definitely going to help him, but that's going to be on Jacobson and the staff separately. Clough on the court will be more impactful this year. PJ, more likely he stays. I think number one, I don't think teams are lining up to hire PJ Thompson as a head coach. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but this isn't like Micah Shrewsbury levels. I could be wrong. Do you have any different thoughts there?
I think it's the most pivotal offseason that Paint's had. I mean that positively. I think he killed it. I agree on the PJ Thompson aspect. I guess my answer to that question would kind of vary based on how long Paint's there. Like if Paint coaches another 15 to 20 years, then like, maybe PJ takes an opportunity somewhere. But I think if we're talking like here and now, I agree with what you said. And then Jacobson Clough, I agree with what you said as well.
On the pivotal one, I actually would phrase it differently. I don't think it's the most pivotal offseason. I think it's Painter's most impressive offseason. Like, I just think he hit home run 10 out of 10. I would argue the more pivotal offseason will be what he does next summer because you are literally entering a new era. And respectfully to whatever happens this year, it's not like the Edey loss where you had your backcourt coming back. You had these young guys that you could build 3 more years from. CJ and Jakari are not them dudes. It's great that you have Omer back. It's great that you have Jacobson back. But like the identity of next year's team is not going to be as established as like bringing Braden Smith and Fletcher Lawyer back. And we're already sniffing around. We're going to have the portal. So to me, that would be the pivotal offseason.
I think that's a great point. Real quick, if Omer, for whatever reason, goes to the NBA after a year, boy, does Purdue look a lot different next year.
Yeah, right. And Ertl might just come in and be the answer because he looks awesome too. But to me, again, most impressive offseason last year, this year. Most pivotal is probably what happens after Braden Smith and Fletcher Lawyer and TKR leave. Huey 24 is next.
What's up, Greg and Dion? My question is, who do you think would win a game of Survivor amongst the coaches within each conference? So Big Ten game, ACC game, so on and so forth. Thanks, fellas.
Love this question. Do you watch Survivor?
I do.
Great show. Chris Collins, I think, would win Big Ten Survivor.
I was gonna say I got Muss.
Muss is Weasley, yeah. I think if Muss made it to final council, no one would vote for him, though.
He's gonna be disliked, but I feel like Muss is gonna be the guy where like the public's like he played the best game, but the participants might be like, I hate that guy.
Sure. Yeah, I could buy that. Let's do ACC next.
Will Wade.
Or Kelsey.
Oh, full transparency, I always forget Louisville's in the ACC because I'm so stuck on the Louisville-Kentucky rivalry.
I think it might just be Kelsey. He's such a personable, like, I don't know, convince you to do his way guy. Big 12, this might be a naive answer. I think it's just Bill Self.
Self or KY?
I think Bill Self has like a Boston Rob steamroll season where everyone's like in awe of him the whole time, but he's just pulling all the strings.
I can see that. Yeah.
Let's see. Big East. Hurley would not win.
No. This one's Patino.
I think he's too slimy too. I don't know why, but like give me like Shaheen Holloway.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I don't love that answer, but that's the best I got. We did Big 10, ACC, Big 12, SEC, and Big East. We did them all, didn't we?
Dude, I don't think we did SEC.
No, we did not do SEC, excuse me.
Pope. People love him.
Yeah, people do love Mark Pope. Or Todd Golden, because he has a little more killer instinct.
Yeah, I think Todd Golden would win. I feel like it'd be hard for Golden to get votes sometimes, though. Like, I feel like there's more people jealous of Todd Golden, maybe not some of the off the court stuff, but like his career trajectory, than there are people that are jealous of Pope at the moment.
I think Golden and Pope may have like aligned together, gone to the end, and then Pope wins because he's more likable.
Yeah.
That's how I see it. All right, great question. We got 5 left. Boom Fizzle.
Hey guys, it's Boom Fizzle. Now that the full schedule has been released, I think you guys should go through and do a predicting the wins and losses for each of the Big Ten teams. And since Carter isn't there, I hope he's off working productively on starting a fire. If he needs 2 new sticks to try and work with that, let me know.
Thank you, Boom Fizzle. I also hope Carter is learning how to make fire or doing anything productive with his time in California. I actually am going to pull rank here. We should do that as a topic or a short next week.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Sorry, Boom Fizzle, but good question. Manor is next.
What's going on, guys? I was looking at an Instagram post today, and I saw that there were no centers in the top 10 of this year's recruiting class. So they're trying to say that the center position may be dying. And also the first center that is ranked is Mika Murinen at number 15. So I guess I kind of got a 2-parter here. One, is the center position dead? Like they're saying, I think it's now.
My phone keeps timing out. Sorry.
Most valuable position in basketball. Maybe next point guard just because of what they do on defense. And then secondly, how can we respect ESPN high school rankings anymore when they have Mika Murinen listed as a center?
That's why you got to not look at ESPN's rankings. I mean her. As far as recruiting goes, you just don't look at them. Look at the others. 24/7 and On3 and Rivals do a great job. ESPN just doesn't. And I like ESPN, the worldwide leader for other things, but not for recruiting. Mika Murinen is not a center. I don't think the center position's dead. I just don't think there's many good centers in this class.
I think it's really tough with the way basketball is being played if you're a center to showcase your skills.
Yeah, fair. That's fair too. But there's still good bigs. Like Arfon John's going to be great. Ethan Taylor's going to be great. There's high school bigs that are good. But yeah, sometimes you just have guard heavy classes, wing heavy classes. I think that's this one. Gavin is next. Oh, Gavin.
What's going on, fellas? Since we got Dion here today, I'm going to ask a Draymond Green related question. Let's say the hypothetical situation that Tom Izzo retires after this season and Draymond is hired as the next coach. If you had to bet over under 4.5 seasons for him to coach, what would you take? I kind of used Greg's boy Juwan as a baseline for this, and I also asked AI to help me come up with a number. And I kind of had a funny response. I'll send it to you guys later. But what would you take if you had to place a bet on 4.5 seasons over or under?
Gavin, how dare you? That's not my guy. That's my enemy. I ran him out of town, and now I'm going to be a contender for years to come. Just get that right, Gavin. Over under 4.5 years for Draymond Green.
Way over. Way over. Antics aside, Draymond Green's the smartest basketball player I've ever watched play the game. I think people love Draymond, whether fans do or not. I think about the Sabonis incident and the way the NBA responded to him. Draymond is well liked amongst his peers. I think he'd be a phenomenal recruiter. I think his IQ is incredible. I think he'd be an incredible defensive minded coach. And offensively, I know he's limited, but for him to be so limited, but also create the career he's made offensively, I think is incredibly impressive too.
I agree with everything you said. I just don't think he could head coach in the NIL era because you have to put your ego down and kiss babies and follow rules, and he wouldn't do any of that. If he was an assistant on Izzo's staff, I think he'd be the best assistant in the country. But if he's the head coach of a program, I think he would have some of the issues Jawan had. Certainly, there would be some incidents, like some competitive fire based incidents where you just don't want to follow the rules and you want to, I don't know, get in conflict with people. But it would be fun to watch. I kind of hope it happens. Two more. Malik Perry sent a 9-second voice note and then underneath it typed, "This shit hard."
If MSU was most likely to hang a banner this year, what banner would it be? Give reasons why.
Thank you, Malik. I don't know. Probably the Big Ten tournament banner.
Big Ten tourney, yeah. Or we spent NIL.
You know, this is chess from Malik. He's going to get me to say Big Ten tournament banner so that I can say because it's the easiest one to win. And then he can point to the one I have hanging up behind me as if that's less. But it's right. That is the answer. I think winning 4 games is easier than beating out Purdue in a 20-game sample size or winning a national championship. Final comment today from the Pat Signal.
What's up, guys? I think I've asked this before, but are y'all planning on going to any games this season? And are y'all going to try to make it out for Louisville versus Kentucky? I think it's going to be really cool for such an important game to be played that early. In the Yum Center, which is going to be packed out and crazy environment. And yeah, I hope you guys can make it out. I know I'll be there in honor of Cart. Dion, throw the mails up, dog.
Want tells up from you, Dion. Are you going to give him those? And
Kentucky Baptist.
Kentucky. I have a big list of games I'd like to go to this year. It includes Kentucky, Louisville, Michigan at Illinois, a trip to BYU that we're trying to figure out still. I would like to make it to Mackey Arena at least once, possibly Purdue. I don't know if they host Michigan State or not, but I'd like to see Purdue, Michigan State this year. I need a West Coast trip as well, UCLA, USC. The likelihood of me going to any of those individually is less than 10%. So to spin the wheel, I'll probably go to one of them, but I don't know which one. Thank you, Pat Signal. Thank you, everybody, today. That was fun. One big thing with a surprise today. Evan Miyakawa is here. Evan and I are going to record a video that's going up on Friday afternoon. So go backwards and watch this if you're watching this on Monday. But Evan's preseason model is out. We've got team and player rankings. I'm going to talk to him in depth on that just shortly. But for now, he joins us to give us one big thing. My one big thing, sometimes a little handwritten card, underrated. I just got a little handwritten card from my wife right here that I've just been looking at the last couple of days. A little anniversary card that I just love to put on my desk. And it makes me happy every time I look at it. One big thing, handwritten cards. Dion, you're up next.
Yeah, one big thing, skincare. I need help from everybody dealing with a little dry skin situation. Been golfing a lot, been outside a lot. I don't know if anybody can see, but it's like right there, a little dry skin situation. I need help. It won't go away. Not a sunscreen guy. It's been me versus the sun for 32 years. I'm almost 33. I'm up 32 nothing. I'm terrified it's going to be 32-1. The way things are going at the moment, the sun's beating me up. It's like the eighth round of a boxing fight. I'm down 6 rounds to 2 in this next year. I need a little help. I need to come back.
Thoughts and prayers, Dion. One big thing, Evan Mia.
All right, I'm going to go with coffee. As you can see on my wall here, this is one of my huge hobbies. I collect coffee from all over the country from different roasters. I put them on my back wall here. If you are someone who has been wanting to like get into better than like Keurig coffee and you want to actually start making your own, I would recommend that if you're starting with like kind of the pour over scene, the AeroPress is a very dynamic way of getting started on brewing better coffee. It's very user friendly. It's super portable. It's very cheap. I got started with AeroPress and that's what got me kind of started on this journey. So if you're interested in kind of dabbling in those waters, AeroPress is the way to go.
You heard the man. Coffee expert, Evan Mia. That's the show. We hope you enjoyed it. Thank you to everybody who submitted mailbag questions for us today. We'll be back tomorrow for a normal Tuesday episode.